Welcome inside and let me give you a tour of the greatest new ski resort Saudi Arabia is willing to spend hundreds of billions on. The resort in question is the elegant masterpiece of design known as Trojena. It is set to be the country's first outdoor ski venue, one that is already turning heads and turning out wallets all over the world. Just look at the design of this place. A huge body of pristine water juts out in front of an immaculate mountain range, held in place by an artificial expansion that looks like some sort of naturally occurring aircraft carrier. The actual resort itself looks sunken into the mountains. It looks sort of like this high-tech, stylish resort with the modern Bond villain aesthetic simply raised itself up out of the mountainside. If all that wasn't enough for you, just take a look at how this place looks during the night. Bright lights glitter off of the water and lead to the resort itself that is simply bathed in neon light that looks straight out of Blade Runner. The stars above you free of light pollution, allowing you to take in the sky like you've never seen it before. From morning to nightfall, you will literally always be treated to jaw-dropping vistas you just have to stare at for minutes at a time. It's a place of true surreal beauty with such a unique science fiction looking design and a one-of-a-kind location that obviously this is not going to be cheap to build. Well, the entire resort is only one part of a wintry megacity that will cost hundreds of billions. But more on that later. This resort looks great, right? But what do you do there? Depending on your mood of the day, you can fully experience several different unique sections of this frozen paradise resort. Those sections go by the names of Explore, Discover, Gateway, Valley, Fun, and Relax. Each of these sections will provide access to areas specifically designed for your comfort. That includes spa areas, restaurants, entertainment, and of course, those sweet, sweet slopes. Didn't think I forgot about those, did ya? As far as the skiing goes, it will be built right next to the highest mountain range in all of Saudi Arabia. So expect the slopes to be pretty frickin' intense. You will definitely need some of those meditation classes or a good massage after flying down those mountains. As far as the rest of the outdoor activities go, I think I can make some educated guesses based on what other resorts like this offer. I'm thinking guided hiking trails, helicopter tours through the mountains, and I'm sure a lot of random snowball fights that happen out of nowhere. Now, there are some aspects of the advertisements that I think border on science fiction, but I'm not sure. They obviously want to evoke that big shot from Black Panther. You know, the one where you first see Wakanda in a big sweeping over the cityway? They show these little marble-like vehicles that take you in and out of the resort. Now, I'm pretty sure that's just for advertising's sake. Perhaps nothing will provide more international advertisement than the biggest event the resort may ever host. That would be the 2029 Asian Winter Games. They will host a variety of winter favorites like snowboarding, luge, several different kinds of skiing, and the high-octane sport known as curling. That's just some high adrenaline entertainment right there. This is a huge deal not just for the country of Saudi Arabia, which has, as you'd imagine, never held any sort of international winter sports event, but also for the entire region. You see, despite Middle Eastern countries frequently competing in the Asian Winter Games, there has never actually been one of these events in a country that primarily speaks Arabic. So no pressure at all on getting this one right. No wonder that resort looks so extra. This has actually been something of a controversy for the games. Many athletes have discussed how much they dislike the idea of competing in a country like Saudi Arabia. Many may even miss the games altogether in protest. The city is expecting close to 200,000 visitors though, so somehow I don't think Trojena will care either way. Admit it, when you think of snow-capped mountain ranges perfect for hitting the slopes on a pair of skis, you think of somewhere like Colorado or the Swiss Alps. The first location to come to mind isn't Saudi frickin' Arabia. The country has a famously hot climate that has gotten as high as 126 degrees. How can a country like that produce such an elegant resort like this? Well, let me tell you about a gorgeous little place in Saudi Arabia known as Neom. This is a wondrous daydream of a city that's being built in Saudi Arabia. The site will cover 10,200 square miles, even stretching out into the Red Sea. This area in Saudi Arabia is known for getting pretty cold. In December, it tends to get as low as 20 degrees Fahrenheit. So as far as the most important part of the resort is concerned, there will be more than enough snow to cap these mountains. The city itself will be split into 6 different sections. That would be the Line, which is the primary residential area, the Neom Bay, which leads to the Red Sea, the Neom Bay Airport, which will bring in all of those tourists, Neom Industrial City, which will bring in all of those jobs, agriculture, which will bring in all those exportable goods, and Ski Village, which will be our new favorite resort. What's cool about this new city is that it will reportedly run on green energy 100%. Nothing but green. That's always the cherry on top of futuristic projects like this. Okay, ideas and plans are great and all, but what really matters about this is the cost. Go ahead, take a guess as to how much this project will cost. I bet it's got you beat. You know, unless you read the full title before you clicked on this video. This winter paradise in Saudi Arabia will be $500 billion, and that's just the estimated cost. No telling how much it will go once they actually finish it. If you have been covering our coverage of these super cities, you know what comes next. That's right, massive delays and more massive delays. The plan was for this project to start gaining some momentum in 2020. Unfortunately, the whole world flipped upside down that exact same year. By 2025, they should have already been working on expansions for it. Instead, only a few of the buildings have been created. So far, it's basically a ghost town without the actual town part. They need to get a move on with that, considering the fact that thousands of people will visit it during the Asian Winter Games. It would be terrible if all those people arrived and there was no mall for them to drop millions of dollars in after the games are done for the day. Trojena is just the first step towards getting that done. The arrival of a giant ski resort would flip the situation around completely. A cool, exotic, luxury resort like this is a magnet for big spenders. Billionaires, CEOs, and rich kids will all flock to this place, drop an insane amount of money, and share pics of it on Instagram so that all of their rich friends will get jealous and decide to go. Is anyone else craving a hot chocolate by a warm fire right now, or is that just me?